stay with Liam and have that familiarity with what he looks for?
It's super exciting. I really enjoyed working with Liam last year. I'm really looking forward to working with him again this year. The way he kind of uses his offense to his player strengths is something that I think that he's going to do a great job with here, with the group we have and the group we're building. So I'm very excited to be here, very excited to work with him, get to know everyone else. I've already met a ton of people today, and it's been a lot of fun. So we'll see kind of how things grow, but I'm looking forward to getting to meet everyone and get to work in a couple weeks here.
Were you hopeful you'd have this chance when you saw that Mitch Morse was retiring?
Yeah, I was hopeful to work with Liam again, but as free agency was coming up, I wasn't sure how I was going to look. I've never done it before. It's my first time, so sometimes I think things fall in the right place, and I think things happen for a reason. So I think I'm supposed to be here, and I have an opportunity to help this team, help this organization, which is always going to be my number one goal, is to help this team win. So that's exciting for me to have a chance to do that with some familiar faces and some new faces as well.
What's it like being able to stay in Florida, just not having to move too much, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I just moved to Arizona, so super easy. I do like my off-season stuff there, so we're in the middle of that. But I mean, like me and my fiance Mar, like we love Florida. We're excited to be back and forth. We're excited to be here. Like there's so much opportunity. It's a new deal for us, and anytime that comes up, it's just looking at the ways you can make the most of it in every situation. So
going from starter to backup, back to starter, how much of that do you carry or like motivate you maybe to get in here and make the most of it the second time?
I mean, I'm always motivated to make the most of it. I'm always motivated to help the team win in any way I can. I'm always motivated to be the best player I can be. None of that's going to change. None of that changed last year. None of it's going to change this year. Ideally, it's never going to change because those are the things that are important to me. So I think being myself, being who I am, is going to help this team. So every day, just try to be the best version of myself. Try to lead others, try to bring others along, try to be led by those who can teach and who I can follow. Those are the things that are going to make us great men and great players and a great organization together. Those are the things that I want to really, really hang my hat on.
How excited are you to work with Trevor and start forming that relationship?
Very excited. He seems like an awesome dude. I just met him for the first time. We talked for a little bit. It's cool, I think, for both of us because I've been in the system a year. I think that'll be helpful to him. He's got a ton of knowledge. He's a great player, so that'll be helpful to me. It's very exciting to get to work with another new quarterback. He seems like an awesome dude, like an awesome family guy. So it's going to be a lot of fun getting to work together in a couple weeks throughout off-season, mini camp, all that stuff. I think we're really going to be able to grow and bond as a team as a whole and a unit in the offensive line room and offense, defense as a group. I think it's going to be very, very good.
What stood out to you working with Liam last year? Was his approach, strengths, etc.?
Yeah, I kind of alluded to it earlier. I think one thing he does really well is he focuses on our strengths as players. He kind of he knows what he wants, but if we're doing something better, he's not going to try to fit a square peg into a round hole. He's going to lean on what we do. Last year, in Tampa, we didn't expect to run as much gap scheme as we ran. We came out and we were running it really well. So we leaned on that and we kept running it. We kept running it well, and that became one of our calling cards. Even though when he got there around this time last year, that was not. That probably wasn't his original plan. But you can see how he adapted to it and used those strengths that we showed on film as a team and made it our whole strength, made it our identity.
Is that adaptability part of the reason why you think he's the guy that can help get things on the right track here?
Yeah, I think that's a huge characteristic for a football coach to have. You want to be able to listen to your players and do it, put them in the best position to win. I think that would be what a lot of coaches will tell you is their main job, is to put your players in the best position to win. I think he does a great job of that, and I'm excited to see what nuances he has to our offense because I loved it last year. Love being a part of it. Excited to play more in it because I think it like I said, it does fit us well. He'll make it fit the players because that's just how he does it. So I think it'll work really well.
Robert, did you know Patrick McCarry at all? Have you ever bumped into him, met him, or is that a brand new relationship?
That's a new relationship. He's played with a couple of guys I know pretty well in college and when he was in Baltimore. So I'm looking forward to getting to know him, getting to meet him. By all accounts, he seems like an awesome dude, and the people I know said that I'm going to love him. So I trust those guys' opinions too.
Liam has stressed the importance of you guys being physically dominant up front and running the football. Just from what you've seen from him from last year, how does he improve that aspect of the game? Just being able to be physically dominant, running the football. How does he stress that? How do you guys feel about it?
Yeah, I think, again, like using our strengths to the team's advantage. That's what's important to him, and that's how you become good at football, not by trying to make your players do things they're not good at. You look at Tampa, how they improved last year. It was, we all bought into the scheme. We bought into them as coaches, and that goes a long way too. It was easy to buy into because of the way it's presented, because it's simple enough to understand but complex enough to confuse others, and it's exciting to be able to take that next step in this same system. Some guys get new systems every year. Some guys stay in the same system their whole career, even though it's rare. I've had a few now, but I'm excited to have another consecutive one and grow in it.
Were there other teams that you were kind of weighing on where to sign with?
A little bit, but I'm here now and I'm excited to be here. This is what's important, because the opportunity I think we have here as a group, the opportunity I have as a player, to get to know people, to grow as an organization, to improve, all those things that we care about as football players, as professionals. Like this is a great place to do it with the right people in place, and I'm excited to be even just a small part of that.
Aside from Liam, what stood out?
As far as here,
Yeah.
just that I know that I've been here before. We did our joint practice here. They have a great team. They have a great roster. I honestly, Liam had a lot to do with it, because I know him and I trust him. I believe in him deeply, that he's going to do everything he can to make this organization as best as it can be. So obviously that's the main factor. I've walked around for like 3 hours today and met 20 people, and they've all been unbelievable. So like, he did a great job of whoever was here that he kept, and whoever's new, I don't know who's who yet, but everyone I met has been awesome. And as far as building a team and organization and a culture, like that's where it starts. So again, like super happy to be a part of it. Glad they believe in me and want to give me this opportunity, and I intend to not let them down.
What do you remember about some of your new teammates from those joint practices? While ago.
Just that it was hot. But no, it's like, I know we have a super strong group, and that I'm looking forward to getting to know them personally, as well as players, because the joint practice, you're still camp mode, you're going on your own stuff, you're in the preseason. So didn't play versus them last regular season, but as far as on a personal level, it'll be really fun to get to know new guys and make new friends and grow together, like I've said. And as football players, like we have a great roster. I think they did a great job with who they brought in. Like it's exciting. I saw it kind of as the process was going. I was like, wow, we get some dudes, and it's going to be a fun group to be around when we can buy in to the culture, to the program, to what's important. It's going to be great.
You've played every snap in 35, I think your 36 starts. Played every snap. Durability and availability one of your strengths?
Yeah, I think I call that that's a standard, because the things you can control, you have to control them. The things that are out of your control are going to happen, and then you have to respond to them. But as far as like trying to stay healthy, doing all the little things you can do, like those are just things you have to do as a professional. They don't take that stuff lightly. So yeah.